Like, we will outscale them so hard they will leave right now. I'm pretty sure they will leave the game right now. See? Easy. Calix becoming the god he was meant to be. I don't know. I don't read the lore, but it looks like this from the picture. Did you count it right, man? I know what card could beat this, but nobody plays this card. Of course. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today, meta aggro deck that is actually really fun and hilarious to play. And I will show you how crazy it can go, and the stats that I will show you in the outro are guaranteed to blow your mind, and we'll talk about those results a little bit. I think this will be interesting. And of course, the deck is fun because you make a huge creature that cannot be targeted by any removal, and what's more fun than this? And it kind of destroys Monored because they cannot remove this, and single shelter by ghost means that they cannot raise you. So if that's not enough to pique your interest, we also have Calix, Guided by Fate, card that was super dominant for a moment and then it just vanished, and now it seems to be back. This deck is generally a meta deck, so it will get you to Mythic if you spam it enough, and it's surprisingly interesting. So I think you will like it. Despite this being aggro deck, I think we'll make it really fun to watch. And yeah, before we start, our absolute legend for today is Razorverge, my friend. This deck is for you. It's very different than the usual ones, but I hope you will like it, and really thank you for your support and always being absolutely amazing. So that's super appreciated. And with that being said, what more to say? Let's just build a creature that cannot die. So we are on the draw with no green mana, but I took it instantly because we have enough white cards to survive. So what are you? Probably a control deck. If they have this type of land, that means they are trying to fight for the value, or it's Omniscience. Against Omniscience, I will go for this because I probably will try to pump the Admirer, which means that I go Forest, Admirer, and Ethereal Armor on the next turn, and I want this to pump. I'm not sure what the matchup is. It could be Azorius control, it could be some weird Jeskai, or just Omniscience. Weird Jeskai it is. Well, if I knew, I would play Armadillo, because I could Shelter by Ghost right now, but we didn't know we have this card. So let's go for the Forest. Alright, I will attack and see what happens. They might also have a counter spell, in which case we play this and then we'll go with Armadillo after this gets countered. So this is the first problem for them. They cannot kill it on the next turn probably. Let's go. I hope I get the counter. I really hope I get the counter. We need to go fast, we need to deal maximum damage, and we get the first counter. And this is also a 3/3, which is super impactful because they probably play Torch the Tower or some 1 mana removal. So now they cannot target it. So they are giving up the turn fully, going for the stock up and trying to find the answer for the next turn, which is probably the good play. We'll go Feathered Flight into probably nothing, most likely. I think we want this Armadillo for like shelter or something. Okay, this is an absolutely perfect draw. This is actually the absolute no, don't you dare tap my green mana. This is the maximum pump, and we also get the card back. Against Lockdown we can get it back, so it's just pure value in every way. I probably want... No, I want to pump this to Absolute Oblivion. So then it cannot be removed with anything except, like, you know, sweepers. Okay, that's a lot of damage from a 1-drop. Oh, being aggro player, it's so easy. So let's see, they need a sweeper on this turn. And sweeper hurts. Lockdown probably hurts the least, but we still might get some cards from Audacity, and we already got Feather Flight. That probably means they are dead. Okay, we need to make sure we close this. They don't have red mana, so no Helix. They can bounce something. This already kills them. We definitely play the Scavenger for maximum pump on this turn. And I'm not sure what exactly we'll do. I don't know what the card can be. They are still playing, but I have no idea. Let's see the word on this. Oh, we actually don't have the word. It's only 2. So Ephemeral's Dispersal can do the thing. I will go like this. I will go like this. Because I don't think they can target it. And we'll pump this Well, we don't need to. So let's go for maximum pump here. Even if they had Helix, it's 11, so it still kills them. Let's go! Show me! There must be something. No way! Man, we made the perfect call. I never played around this guy. I completely forgot this could be an option. But we got it. We are going first, and we have the pump. And we have the Armadillo. This has to go well. I need to think what exactly I'm playing, because Armadillo is better against Mono Black with Cut Down. They actually cannot hit it. Scavenger is better for the damage. And we can already set up the Honor Guard. I will risk it, guys. I will risk it. I will try to scale. Swamp into Cut Down is the counterplay to this. Red decks have Burst Lightning, but like, you know, they usually don't play it on turn 1. So this is getting pretty interesting. We will play the Forest. This gives us all options open. We can play 2 creatures. Armadillo is really nice, man. And then we go Feathered Flight. Or we can go Feather Flight right now, but then we don't get as many creatures. I think this is better. This also provides some damage on the next turn potentially, and because they are not blocking, like Armadillo can tank a lot of damage. Even if they pump it with Monstrous Rage, I mean they just use the whole thing to deal some damage, and we still life gain 4 basically because of the toughness. So, you know, it's a worthy attempt. And they cannot target it with Burst Lightning here because they only have 1 mana. So Armadillo is giving them a surprising amount of problems. They can Sleight of Hand or something. I will block with Armadillo. Monstrous Rage is something we'll just have to deal with. They also lose prowess on like Whiteboard, so I'll take it. Of course they have the perfect card. We said that beats this play, but they still lost quite a lot of value. And now we get to this nice point where we have more stuff. I could just go Admirer and try to block. I want to put those cards on the same creature. I'm considering if I can raise them. It won't be easy, honestly. I don't have Shelter. Okay, so first we see what we draw. Yep, and I have to tap like this, so I might take extra damage. But I think this is how we have to play here. We put everything on the cool creature. Okay, with this we can raise, I think. This is insane levels of damage, man. And they also cannot burn it anymore. So we just put everything on this one cute creature. Do we go with Scavenger? If they trade the Otter... They might not have another Monstrous Rage, so maybe we get good block here. But we can also miss Lethal. So, oh man, calculating Ethereal Armor always is weird, because it pumps the old one as well. So this gives 3 enchantments. So +3, +3, +4, +4, +5. So this would be 11 damage. I think we actually have attack. Even if they block, I'll take it, because that means they're losing pressure and they cannot raise us then. Like, they need this board to scale. And see, we got 3 damage by all of this calculation, proving that the math is not only for blockers, at least sometimes. So now they're in a pickle. They cannot hit Admirer probably unless they play a bounce spell, which will be devastating. So land into the Floodmaw will kinda win the game because we are all in on this creature. But I don't even know they play this card. They are just all about those Burst Lightnings and Cories and face damage. And now our opponent has the pickle because they know what is next. They know what is next. I might also draw enchantment from the top, which will make it easier. I think this is Sleight of Hand they were considering like in previous turns. I think there was a moment when they had once per mana. So they are giving up this turn with a tap land and value play to try to set up the next play a little bit better. They will probably try to kill us on the next turn. Alright, that's fine. Definitely a good play for them. So they remove the blocker, remove the pump, and also deal a ton of damage. But even with this, I mean, we'll play this. The only question is, where do we put this? All right. So we can. This is less right now. So this will be +3, +4. This is 10 then. Okay. Okay. I will attack our opponent for 10 and win the game. Oh man, this was kind of stressful, but I think we made the right play. Alright guys, we are on the draw. And we have the oh man, this will be perfect. I'm already excited for this. Like, we are going with Armadillo into Sheltered, and for the rest of the game our opponent cannot do anything. Then we play Calix, and we start, duplicating everything. Man, if we were on the play, that is close to guaranteed win. I think, wait. I guess we go for this one. Yeah, I think this one is better because it has better warding, so they definitely cannot kill this, even with like Torch the Tower. I guess this has more toughness, so, both can work, but if they have, a bounce spell, they cannot bounce it and they can bounce this one. What do you do? Whenever you commit a crime, create tapped treasure. Oh, okay, alright, this is a different skin, right? Yeah, this is Scorpion Dragon thing. Alright, so we definitely play land, and we can just... win? I think this is a pretty good idea. We could also Ethereal Armor it, but I want to make sure that our opponent has no way during this whole game to ever do anything. Man, this feels as dirty as like the near control, just in a different way, and I'm here for it, so this is Jeskai with probably, Oculus, stuff like this. So we still need to be on our guard, but with Ethereal Armor, oh boy, this will go crazy really, really quickly. Let's go with this. This is already a 4-3. We cannot play Calix, and we want to keep the Shelter probably. Let's hit. Like, this lifelink is really meaningful. We could start putting a ton of pressure. This has what? Ward 4, and we can Shelter by Ghost. I honestly think this is how we play. Because this pumps like absolute champ. And we also life gain more. So 6-5 is already a huge problem, and with Shelter by Ghost we can probably out-tempo them. And this is the cool part about the deck, right? There's absolutely no moment where our opponent could do a thing to this creature. It doesn't feel fair, I'll be honest. Like, it feels like cheating, and you still kinda enjoy the win, But let's see. Our opponent still has a bit of time. This is not the fastest lethal ever, and I need to monitor the warding situation. So we have 2 and 2 naturally, so 4 mana. On the next turn they can play Torch the Tower. So for example, if they play 1 mana bounce like into the Floodmaw, on the next turn they can do the thing. We absolutely play this. If we play Calix, then we put the counter, but then they chump block, right? And we don't get the duplication. If we go for Sheltered, that kinda works. I think we still go for it. I don't think they should... Man, do they have a bounce spell? Do they play this? I don't remember the full deck list. I don't think they do. But if they do, that's absolute blowout. Like, we will lose the game then. If we play Sheltered, we are kinda forcing their hand. Yeah, let's go. Do I want another? No. We want this creature to be huge. Yeah, we need to make sure that they will never ever kill this. And this feels absolutely normal. I see nothing wrong with this. Oh man, go Power Rangers. Alright, that was kinda cringy, but you get the idea. So we force them to lose blockers. We basically answer 2 creatures on this turn. Let's go with Armadillo. If we draw a land, this can deal 4 damage, right? So it's not bad. This actually can put the lethal on board. I don't think it will happen. They will play a creature, they will remove something, this kind of stuff. But it's nice to have this option. They cannot harmonize, they need a creature for... Oh man. Bad things might happen to us on this turn. There's no way we will get lethal with this, right? If I go Calix... So this has ward 6 in total. Double Sheltered and the natural one. So I think we just go with this guy. We put the counter and then we can copy something, so then there's nothing they can do probably. And then we put another Sheltered, which means that if they draw more lands, they still cannot do anything about it. And of course we pump the cool creature. And let's go. I will keep this last Armadillo. I know what card could beat this, but nobody plays this card. Of course. I should play around New Way Forward in the deck that is all about getting as many creatures. Of course, it makes sense. Alright. They got their moment of fun. It's fine. It's fine. And they got awarded like 10 cards. Yeah, literally 10 cards. By the way, this card was never played against me until this day. Nobody plays this. Literally nobody. Alright, so we are definitely fighting some windmills here that do not exist in the real world, but Shaffer summoned them to fight against our might. So I still think it should be fine, because unless they play sweepers, there's not much they can do. But it definitely helps them a ton. You know, drawing 10 cards usually tends to, you know, help winning games. That's something I've noticed. Alright. That's nice for them. So there's nothing we can do except attacking here. Let's still play this. I will go with Armadillo Pump, just to make it a little bit harder for our opponent. And maybe we open Lethal in case they whiff somehow. They probably can play Revelation, which means on the next turn they can start bouncing Sheltered. Because Sheltered itself, by the way, Audacity would win the game right now. Let's go for this. Because we would get the trample, and that would be 7, 11, well, yeah, because we also pump the stats. So I think the next turn will be Revelation. They will bounce something like Sheltered, potentially, and make 2 tokens and life gain. So I think they are actually above the breaking point. This is great. How did this happen? But you know what, it's still kind of fun. The tap lands should hurt really hard, because they all struggle about those lands. I think we really need to draw Audacity, so we get the trample. They want to block fish on this, right? So we are not getting any value by attacking with Armadillo. This is not a great situation. I think we'll lose. I think this card actually made us lose. Oh man, this will be rough. Alright. This is not permanent, right? Yep, this is just until end of their turn. I mean, what can you do, man? What can you do? Sometimes appears a card that doesn't exist, and it's exactly the card that counters your deck. Chandra. Okay. Definitely will be a problem. Not on this turn, but I think if we draw Audacity, there's still some hope. But we absolutely need to do it. Like, moment we lose this creature, they get all the value back, and we have nothing, so we have only one shot. Alright, I want to go for more stuff on this turn, but this forces them to, you know, play it now. Probably some first removal spell, or maybe some card draw, like Stock Up. Stock Up could be really nice, because on this turn we cannot really kill them. Okay, they just pump loyalty. I guess it makes sense. Let's get this higher, so potentially it can deal more damage. More lands from the top, okay. Like, I think the draws are not in our favor this game. There's nothing we can do about this. We literally kill one fish a turn, and that's everything. So our opponent fully recovered right now, and now we are extremely behind, and yeah, I think that's it. Alright, show me. I think this will be Revelation, and we will just scoop, because we cannot beat this. I will just wait until Revelation. Alright, I will give him good game. And, you know, I still enjoyed it. Okay, on the draw, but we have Sheltered. We don't have any creature that gets protection though. So that might be an issue, but we don't think about it. We start with Scavenger, and this probably is Omniscience, right? As always. Like the flourishing second deck of Standard. So I think I will just swing and go for the Honor Guard. If I'm right, so this is Ephemeral's Dispersal probably. I think this is Omniscience deck. Omniscience doesn't have counter spells on turn 2, which means that you can set it up and then start attacking, and they have Dispersal, so they can hold the mana and try to go for it. No, they're trying to go for the combo. Okay, so that's nice. That means we need to go absolutely all in. Like, absolutely all in. This is a really good draw. This is perfect, man. Okay, I think we open with Scavenger. and then we think. I think it's Ethereal Armor on this. They cannot cast it probably. Yeah, we can Shelter. I'm playing around Ephemeral's Disperser because I think this is the only thing that can kill me right now. Double pump. Not sure if the pumps are perfect, but they should be good enough. And we need to go for 2-turn lethal. Yeah, let's pump up. Maybe I should pump literally everything on this. But it should be good enough. So next turn, they are dead. They don't have Omniscience in the graveyard, which means they cannot do the thing. It could still be Azor's Control, in which case they sweep and win the game. But if they don't, so right now it's Ephemeral's Disperser probably. They can pay it, cast it for 1, then pay 2 for ward, and the counterplay is playing this. Because now they cannot cast it, it's 5 mana, and when we attack, it will have sheltered already, and I think that's game. And I think they have this card, and they thought they will win. But let's see, maybe they have something. What do you have? Normally, in normal version, that's their only removal. So don't play around Get Lost, but, you know, if that's like a rogue version, they might be playing Get Lost. This is kinda okay, and we still won the game. See? We got them. We played exactly around every card they had in the hand on the draw, but we have good creatures and good lands. Like, this is a very nice opening, however, we are on the draw, so that's the only bad part about this draw. And we probably want to go for Admirer, because that will give us Shelter by Ghost, and I think we won the game. I kid you not, even on the draw, I think we won the game. They probably want to set up Cory, which will Shelter it. If they don't play Cory on turn 2, that means they don't have it, because this is always like the best play of all of them. So they want to go for the first spam, deal some damage. Normally it's devastating, but if you have opening with Sheltered, it's not a problem. And they're going for this. The token is nice target for this, by the way. And we can keep, getting more value with Calix, but I'm considering playing Scavenger. I'm not sure if it won't be too slow. We definitely go for the... I think we still go for it. Because then we can get rid of the token, start life gaining already, and now they need to start respecting our side of the board, because the only thing they fear is lifing. Oh, this is not what you want. They can deal 4 damage, but that's it. Man, if they will be one of the red players that keeps attacking always, they are done. Bro, this is normally a winning play, but not against this. So now we can start copying Shelter by Ghost forever, and they will never outrace us. They lost their chance. And if they kept double Swift Spear, they could double block this, and we wouldn't be able to make this play. Do I want to go with Calix? No, I think we just go for this. We want as much warding as possible. To be absolutely fair, they have 4 mana and this already has ward 4, so I probably don't need to do it, but it's still fun, and we'll continue until the mono-red gameplay improves. Oh, yeah, there's nothing they can do about this. This card beats their whole deck, and with Ethereal Armor and Scavenger, this will grow like crazy, man. And we can also double the armor when... yeah, this will go worse and worse for our opponent. Like, they actually cannot deal damage right now. Let's go Armor. Like, we will outscale them so hard they will leave right now. I'm pretty sure they will leave the game right now. See? Easy. Swift Spear. The in-your-face matchup. That's fine. We should be able to beat this, I think. We absolutely play the Verge. So I could play another creature, but it's not super powerful. We don't have double white for this into this, which would be the best play. So I'm considering just Feather to Flight, so we can start doing more cards. Or we could just go... yeah, I think we just go double creatures. It's not amazing, but right now they are only dealing 1 damage. And also we are dealing 1 damage, and they probably want to set up Cory on this turn. Yeah, we won't get good Calix, but we also don't have the third land, so we shouldn't be playing into this. So this is kinda okay. They want to probably hit face. Yeah, they know that we'll pump, so there's no point in blocking, but I can appreciate that they actually considered it. Let's go for this one. And I probably want to put all the counters and all the power on one single creature, so even if they can spell with Burst Lightning, it's not very good for them. I will go for another Scavenger. We don't need to be scared, against this deck, because they're kinda slow, because they were bad at magic and they are on the draw, which means that we outscale them a little bit. And now Shardmage Rescue is insanely good. When we hit so if we draw a land from the top, that's perfect. We play Calix, we still have protection spell, and we can double Feather Flight and draw more cards. So this is what we aim for, a land from the top. Alright, I can appreciate it. Whenever a second spell, exile. So the problem with this card is that games in Standard don't last 4 turns, because it's like one of the fastest formats, so you will never get those cards basically. You will get them in the next game when you play next 4 turns. So our opponent will try to race, but unfortunately they probably will be too slow here. And this is the land we were talking about, so we go with Calix. I would love to hit Sheltered, but unfortunately we don't have it yet. So how do we want to play? I can put 3 counters, go Shardmage Rescue, and put more counters, so this is 6 in total. I'm not sure if we can do it, but you know what, I think we can swing all. Oh, but some of the attacks will be... okay, some of this will be after we attack. They want to trade against Scavengers. I think we will go like this. This is already a ton of damage. I didn't count fully, so maybe I'm missing the lethal if I pump this. So right now this gets 4 extra damage. Yeah, 4 extra damage. So we are dealing 8, 9. This will exactly not be lethal. That's perfect. So I think we need to pump the Calix to absolute oblivion. Let me count just to make sure. We are dealing 9 damage and we can pump it by 4. Yep, that's exactly not lethal. Alright, good enough. So our opponent will try to kill us on this turn. We'll make a copy of something. We'll get Calix. It will have flying, it will have the best stats this game has ever seen, and that will be fine. And we got another Calix. Alright, that's kinda okay. So as you can see, bro, imagine like 3 more turns, like there's no way, there's absolutely no way. Land here hurts them super much. They need to kill us on this turn. They also want to double spell before attacking, and they only have 2 cards. So in that case, we will know exactly what they have. Burst Lightning, sure. This is probably one of the best ways to try to close this game. They still need some extra damage. And if they pump a creature, we'll block it. Alright, good play, good play. I don't think they targeted the right creature though, because this is something we already wanted to pump, but I guess it loses the equipment. But you can see one creature is bigger than the rest. 5, 7, and they actually miss lethal because of this. See, I'm not the only one with problems with counting, so we'll still go for it, just to be cooler, and we can pump everything. Calix becoming the god he was meant to be. I don't know, I don't read the lore, but it looks like this from the picture. And we go for the biggest creature. If they split the damage better, they would deal this 1 extra damage. So your best friend miscounting aggro decks, but I also couldn't count, so it's even. I can appreciate it. Yep. All right. This has been a game of Magic. So going first with Armadillo, something every enchantment player wants to see. We don't really have enchantment though in our enchantment deck, so this might get a little bit rough. Okay, this is better, of course. We need double green on this turn. I think we go for Admirer into Audacity so we can start dealing some damage. Well, on the next... You know what? I think this will literally be the play. I know I'm missing damage. I know, guys. But next turn I can go Calix and I can... this is guaranteed to survive. Because they will have 2 mana. Which means they can go for the Surveil thing. Ephara's Disperser. So I think this is the better play. Even though we lose damage on one turn, we get all the damage back on the next turn. And with Calix we can scale very quickly. We only have one Audacity, so we need to get the most of it. So I honestly think this is the better play. Like 2 damage won't kill them, but you know, scaling your whole board to the point where they need to sweep and they cannot might win very nicely. And Calix on turn 3, when you can instantly pump something, is super good. Alright, so now there's no point for them in going even for this play, so they're going for the Dragon's Turn, and they already have the thing. Not great, and we need to go absolutely crazy right now. How do we want to do it? They want to bounce this, and they will be able to. I think this is better. And you can see that now we are starting to deal damage. Yep, absolutely. And we only have Audacity. No first strike. There's cool interaction. Where the counter goes? Here. If you have first strike, you can actually put Audacity on the second creature that didn't attack yet. So that's why I was like, do I have first strike on something? Because both of the attackers were highlighted. So we really need to pressure them. They can win the game on the next turn. Bro, the pacing of Standard is insane. Do you know why I switched from Historic to Standard? Because the games were longer. Let's go for this, and let's see the card. We do it now. Yep, we do it now, because now they cannot target it, because Dispersal is 3 mana, with tax it's 5 mana, so they cannot cast it. They can get lost if they have it. Alright, they're going for Negate, which is absolutely amazing for them. This is how they want to play. I mean, we need to go LM. If they have the combo, they win. That's why this deck is here, right? Yeah, I mean, you know, they have the thing, basically. I played this deck, and having combo on turn 4 is so insanely hard for me. Like, I went to like 40 out of 60 cards and I still couldn't hit it. They actually surveilled this, showing that they have it in the hand. And that's how you know that you lost. So we will see it, but they definitely have it. And are literally winning game on turn 4. That's why you need to kill them on turn 4 if you are forced to play aggro. Alright, cool. Opponent is going first. We have kinda nice opening, but only 1 enchantment, so we will see. It depends what we are up against. Okay. We only have 1 play, so let's make it. I think this might be a rough matchup. We kinda wanted to go around against, like, you know, red decks that try to race us, because with Sheltered, they cannot kill the creature and they cannot race. But so far it's just blue. Interesting. Listen, we have 1 play a turn, let's make it. There's no point in double spelling here, because those creatures do not add damage. So, you know, you are just going into lockdown play for no reason. Okay, so they actually are the second deck of Standard. Omniscience. So this is kind of unfortunate pairing. I think we would get close to auto-win against Mono-Red with this hand, but against this deck we are extremely unfavored, I think, because we don't deal damage right now, and we don't have enchantments that deal damage. So we probably won't kill them in time, but I will try. I will try to scale as hard as I can. With Honor Guard we can try to go for, you know, Ward 4, which prevents their bounce, so at least we can pump some extra damage. I will not play around. Okay, this is good. Okay, with this, maybe? So how do we do it? I need 2 turns to try to kill them, so it's probably this into Scavenger. I think this is the only way we can try to scale enough to kill in 2 turns, because if we play it differently, I think it will take 3 turns. I'm not even sure if this will kill them in like 2 turns from now. They cannot win with Awakening. Cool. Well, I will try to play, because there is a chance they don't have the combo and we can remove this. So I was literally wanting to scoop, but there is a chance and we should play around it. But if they have another lockdown, I'm scooping. Like 100% I'm scooping. So this is the version that actually plays lockdowns. Most versions do not. So this is already a bit of a weird version. They generally go into combo direction and use only Ephemeral's Disperse to, you know, protect them in those turns when they are trying to find the pieces. Did you count it right, man? It seems that Azorius is getting some mono-red players. Well, 2 + 1 is 3. A little bit too much. And with this we will probably win, I think. So how do we want to play? We want to pump the one with the highest wording. And let's go with... We have a lot of enchantments. Let's go like this. We need to kill them super quick because they will recover extremely quickly as well. So we try to split the damage a little bit. We swing all. That's not enough. I think they are at 2 or something. But it was as close as we can, and they will get one more turn. They have, the dispersal. That's why we pump the biggest creatures that have the warding, so they can only get the scavenger. It doesn't matter. So they are not even. Well, they should play it just for the surveil. Like honestly, I will keep it because we might draw Shelter by Ghost. So in case they lock down, we play this into Sheltered, and we get another try. So that's better. Yeah, with this they probably lost. Well, they can hit another lockdown, I guess. Right. There's always chance for lockdown. They didn't, so they're out. Alright guys, we'll make this outro super interesting, so don't miss out on this one. We'll talk through the meta, I will show you the real meta stats right now for best of one, and we'll talk about the win rate for this deck between my sample and, the big sample. So you will get the full complete package if you wanted to see the best decks and what wins and stuff like this. This is the outro for you. And you know what else is for you? This video. Thanks to our patrons that allow us to continue making daily content for you guys to enjoy, hopefully. Really appreciate it, guys. You guys are awesome, and let's go into those meta stats because I know you are eager to see them. Well, now, let's talk about some stats. Some of you will love it, and we'll try to make it interesting because, as you can see, this is supposed to be the second highest win rate deck today, Celestia Auras. This is the source of the build. I changed few cards, but it's between the same builds. Like, all of those builds use the same card, so it should be exactly the same. And as you can see, Omniscience, Celestia, Mono-red, 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 Artifacts, Mono-red, and Mono-red. Those are basically all Mono-red decks. However, I had some doubts, and we're sorting from Bronze to Mythic. And I thought, let's go Platinum. It drops a little bit. You see the lower win rate. And when you actually try to check the versions, if you go from, let's go back to Bronze, look at this. This is originally what I've seen, because I checked just all the leagues, right? And every winner, those are super high win rates. 55 to 57% means basically like top deck of the format. And this is in like big samples of, thousands of matches. So, and I was like, this is really high. It's very close to Mono Red. However, when you go higher, it seems that the win rate gets lower as you increase. And now it's closer to 53%, one of the versions. I think this was unlucky version because I don't see any like bad cards here. What are you? Oh, that's the bad card. That's why it's slower. Alright, don't use this card. So as you can see, all the decks that don't use this card have like 2 or 3% higher. And let's check Mythic, how it actually looks at the high. Like, we won't get too many results, but as you can see, in highest level, we don't have good samples, so it doesn't mean too much. But it seems to be like close, but a little bit lower potentially. And this is kind of more in line with what I expected, but those stats are interesting. And I said I will blow your mind. Alright, I will show you my stats. I actually deranked with this. And not only that, this is not the best part. Look at the history. I started this deck with 5 losses in a row. I lost all of the games in the weirdest ways ever. Like my opponent having turn 1 authority into high noon into lockdown on turn 3, like this kind of stuff. And it felt weird. I just got, like, every game I had no chance of ever winning. And if I didn't see those big stats from the big samples, I would probably see, well, the deck doesn't work, it's just bad, some junk, right? And I would just scrap it. But I knew there's no way this deck doesn't get like close to 50% win rate. So I kept playing. And suddenly I started winning more until I finally hit close to 50% win rate. And you can see that in the end I'm getting winning streaks. So honestly, if I played more, I think I would get to this 55% win rate on average. And this is kinda what I hope will blow your mind. You can go literally from 0-5 deck into basically top meta deck, because 57% is extremely good. It's still worse than Mono Red and Omniscience, so it's like closer to tier 2, I would say. It's just, you know, good meta deck that isn't as good as the best decks of the format, namely Omniscience and Mono Red and Izzet, which is also a Mono Red. So you get the idea. It's a little bit behind, but it should be very, very close. And yeah, as you can see, bet RNG and bet matchups, I mean, can get your win rate from 0% to 100% as easy as this. So guys, my advice, don't sweat too much about this, you know, 3% win rate. In the end, it's very heavily RNG based. And as you can see, you can play the best deck of the format, or at least top deck of the format, because it's not the best deck of the format, it's still Mono Red in my opinion. And you can get completely different results. So if you played few games with a deck that you've seen somewhere, there are so many variables that this win rate doesn't matter like anything at all. Don't sweat about it, just enjoy Magic, play the decks you enjoy, and in the end you will still win some games, it's fine. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this analysis. Tell me what you think, because I actually didn't expect this extreme results from the start, and I'm happy I continued playing. This was interesting. And you know what, while we are talking about the meta stats, just so you know what's going on and what I'm usually talking about when I say about Mono Red being pretty good deck, let's check the top meta decks by win rate. Omniscience, Mono Red, Mono Red, Mono Red, Mono Red, Mono Red, Rabbits, Mono Red, Mono Red, Black, Mono Red. Okay, this to be fair, this is a different deck. It still uses some of the cards, but okay, whatever. It's literally the same deck. It's Mono Red, anti-Mono Red, and okay, this is what I wanted. Delirium is a different deck. It's still aggro, but it uses completely different cards and completely different strategy, so it's a fair, different red deck. And this is your top decks of the format, so just so you get the idea where we are, and this is why I always love this is Omniscience and red decks, and that's like duality of standard right now. You always have also rabbits in like top 8. Like this didn't change since like a year or something. And just so you know, average win rate is what you see here, but look at the actual win rate of this archetype. This will get more interesting. Close to 60%, some of the versions even go above 60%. So, you know, this is the average between all the versions as far as I'm concerned. So the best versions might get better results than this. I usually am closer to 60 to 63% win rate, depending on my luck, because, you know, it's not like you are doing much playing this deck. And this is Platinum Mythic. It probably changes if you check the other leagues, but I usually take Platinum to Mythic as the benchmark, because you have the most games and, you know, it's still kinda competitive. So yeah, just so you know what's up. So guys, if you enjoyed this meta talk, tell me in the comments, because it's super easy to make those videos. So if you like hearing me talk about the meta and showing you the main big stats, I would absolutely love to. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Soon we'll have new sets, so it will get shifted again, and we'll see if Mono Red is still here. So I hope you enjoyed. Tell me in the comments what you think, and see you guys tomorrow.
With